my presenter notes because that would not be good. And hopefully you guys can't see it.
No.
Nope.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you, Melissa. And again, welcome and thank you for joining our annual State of the Chapter Town Hall. Um, I would like to take a moment to go over our agenda to help guide today's town hall. Now, along with introducing our board members, I would like to go over the chapter's achievements and accomplishments and our current challenges and goals for the rest of 2026, moving into 2027. I would also like to focus on the current state of the chapter and what awaits as we near the end of the year. And then lastly, I would like to close out our time together with the town hall portion, which includes a quick trivia question and polls where we hear from our members on what they would like to see happen in the chapter. So next, I would like to get into the dynamic team that makes up the board. Now, I'm honestly truly grateful for each and every one of them because they all are dedicated to making sure our chapter supports the needs of our members. So again, my name is Nazira Muhammad, and I serve as the current chapter chair for the Chesapeake chapter. I've been with the Chesapeake chapter since 2018 and on the board since about 2020. Since joining the board, I've been embraced by an amazing group of proposal professionals who have encouraged me to reach new heights in my career. My vice chair is a familiar face, Martha Swift, our past chapter chair. Martha has been a fantastic leader in the chapter since I first joined, and honestly, within APMP as a whole. She has been a great mentor and a phenomenal cheerleader. Next, we have Danielle Sellinger, who is new to the board and has been doing a fantastic job as our secretary. We have Alta Tato, who has served as our chapter's treasurer for the past 2 years and is supported by Nikki Taylor. Next, we have our new membership chair, Jean May Scott, with Diana Chambers, our past membership chair, serving as her vice chair. And then we have Dennis Wagner as our new marketing and communication chair, with Jessica Conrad, who is also new to the board, serving as a vice chair, and Christina Jugel, another new addition to the board, as our new webmaster. Continuing on, we have Monica Crannell continuing to serve as our mentorship chair, with Ann Poppy serving as the mentorship vice chair. And then finally, we have our programs committee led by Brenda Christ on top. And on top of chairing the committee, Brenda is also our main point of contact for corporate sponsorships. We have Cal Raleigh as the vice chair of networking and engagement, Sherry Harum as the vice chair of special events and membership recognition. We also have Ayanna Stokes as Vice Chair of Knowledge Management and Education, and Melissa Shoemaker as our Vice Chair of Programming and Hosting. And if they're on camera, please wave and say hello. Thanks, guys.
Mhm.
All right, so to kick things off, I would like to focus on our accomplishments so far in 2026. We have hosted 8 webinars, 3 events, which include APMP Foundation certification prep classes or a prep class, and in-person luncheons, and 1 virtual luncheon for a total of a little more than 1,500 participants. Our chapter also tabled with other chapters at the recent APMP BPC. And a huge accomplishment this year has been kicking off our corporate sponsorship program. As Melissa mentioned, we have 3 awesome sponsors that have helped us with our chapter luncheons and scholarships that we offer to chapter members. And then lastly, we have recruited 5 new volunteers to assist our board. And I want to make sure if someone can fact check me, I believe I have that correct, but if I have it wrong, just please update it in the chat. Now for our goals and challenges. Our goals for 2026 going into 2027 include sustainable leadership for our board, which means developing a long-term vision and goals in order to maintain continuity within our board. Additionally, increasing chapter membership and member satisfaction with our programs and events. We also want to deliver strong returns on chapter expenses while attracting new sponsors. And lastly, we want to make sure that we connect with our membership across the region. So, for example, we recently had our first Southern Maryland luncheon to connect with our members in the Southern Maryland area. Now, for our challenges, we want to focus on picking the right programs to connect with members. As always, we want to use our budget and funds wisely to give back to our members. And lastly, getting more members involved in our committees and mentorship program is always a key highlight for us. All right, now let's discuss the current state of the chapter. Our current engagement and coordination includes our monthly board meetings on the first Monday of each month, our monthly webinars on the first Wednesday of each month. Also, we host networking opportunities in the form of our in-person luncheons and virtual luncheons on the second Wednesday of each quarter, with our next one being August 19th in Columbia. We also have certification days where we offer prep classes and training for the APMP Foundation certification. And lastly, we offer the opportunity to volunteer and self-nominate for the board in October, with elections in late November. Next, for our membership, we have close to 150 members as of today, and these members are spread across mainly Maryland, Delaware, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and also really just across the globe. We also have members in other countries. Additionally, our members can stay in touch with us via our website and our LinkedIn, as well as watch recordings of our monthly webinars on YouTube. And I have QR codes on the screen for each of these platforms if you would like to visit them today. So I'm going to pause here for a couple seconds if you'd like to scan any of these and have them up and take a look at them. All right. Now, next for our chapter financials, we have our current balance on the screen as of August 2026. Our income is based on our chapter rebates, and we always aim to reinvest our funds into our members in the forms of scholarships and certifications, along with other growth opportunities. We also have our expenditures on the screen, and as you can see, they go towards our networking luncheons, scholarship opportunities, and more. So, our chapter events year to date are on the screen. A few of our events have included our certification class, our Southern Maryland luncheon, and really a wide range of webinar topics that range from mental health to trending issues in the bid and proposal industry. And as a reminder, many of these webinars are on our YouTube page if you want to go back and take a look at the recordings. All right. So we've got a fantastic lineup for the rest of the year. Again, on August 19th, you can join us for our in-person luncheon in Columbia. More information about that luncheon is on our website. Our monthly webinars kick off September 2nd with Shelley Sandel on AI readiness for SharePoint and Teams. Cal Raleigh on October 7th, discussing balance and strategy and creativity, and Eileen Kent on November 4th, covering business development. Then we'll celebrate our membership success at the annual Chesapeake Chapter Awards on December 2nd. Speaking of our Chesapeake Chapter Awards, we're now in our third year of the APMP Chesapeake Chapter Awards, which is really a fantastic opportunity to recognize the incredible bid and proposal professionals across our local community. Nominations open on September 1st and run through November 1st, and they're open to both chapter members and chapter friends. We have 5 primary award categories, and they include Rising Star for professionals with under 10 years in the field, Volunteer of the Year, recognizing exceptional support for our chapter or APMP International, Proposal Professional of the Year, which celebrates a team member who's shown success and winning track records. A capture, our capture slash BD Professional of the Year, which focuses on excellence in business development, and our Lifetime Achievement Award honoring seasoned leaders with 20 plus years of experience. And we have more details about the criterias for each of those categories that'll be coming out once we announce our when we're accepting nominations. All right, so how can you get involved? Now, again, you can always self-nominate for the board or become a committee volunteer. You can always attend our monthly webinars. That's always a great place to share thoughts and insight with other chapter members or friends of the chapter. You can share lunch with us at our in-person luncheons. Or you can reach out via email to share your insight and your suggestions. And I have our chapter email up if you want to write that down really quickly and just have that in your hand to reach out. All right. Now, before we get into the town hall portion where we open the floor to hear suggestions, opinions, and any questions, we have a trivia question and a few polls that we would like to receive feedback on. Now, this is going to test who was actually paying attention to the slides and who actually comes to our webinars. So, the trivia question that I have is, when does the Chesapeake chapter have our monthly webinars? Is it one, the first Wednesday of each month from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.? Two, the second Tuesday of each month from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Three, the first Wednesday of each month from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Or four, the first Monday of the month at 5 p.m. And you can write the number that you think is correct in the chat. And I'm going to give everyone, let's say, 1 minute to put their answer in. And Melissa, could you take a look at the chat to see who gets the correct answer first?
I can. We already have someone that's correct. It is a Pampoloni.
Okay.
Pampoloni is number 3. And Christina also got it correct, but A Pampoloni got it correct first.
Awesome. All right, Pam. Well, you are correct. The first Wednesday of each month from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. That is when we have our monthly webinars. And you can always stay in the loop on, what we have coming up based on our LinkedIn page and what's on our website. So always keep an eye out on those platforms. And if you happen to miss any webinars, again, our YouTube is up, it's open, it's public, and you can always go back and look at a recording. All right, so next we're going to go into our polls. And this is really just to get a gauge on what works best for our upcoming events and any of the things that we have going on. So for event frequency, how often do you want to have in-person networking events? Would you like them one, once a year, two, twice a year, or three, once a quarter? And if you have any suggestions outside of that, you can always put them in the chat, but please put what number you would like in the chat. And we're just monitoring the chat as well. So I'm going to pause for a second to let everyone put in the chat what they would like.
Okay, looks like we have several votes for once a quarter. We have a vote for twice a year. Mo, your vote is a character, so I'm not sure what you wanted, but maybe you can also go off mute and tell us. But yep, so 2 votes for once a quarter, 1 vote for twice a year. That was my cat. Funny.
Okay.
And I think that's the majority.
Okay. All right. Our programs committee will be tucking that away and keeping that in mind for 2027 and the rest of 2026. Our next poll, event timing. What time of day are you most likely to be able to attend an in-person event? One, in the morning, two, lunchtime, or three, in the evening. And I'm going to pause again so everyone can put their suggestions in the chat.
So far, most of the responses, we have 2 votes for lunchtime, 1 vote for morning or evening. Personally, I do think it is difficult depending upon your workload.
Mhm.
Um, but it's also nice to, do it during business hours versus taking time away. So I could
I
see
agree.
all options depending upon the time of year, I suppose.
Mhm. I agree. I know that during the summertime, it's a little difficult especially if you have kids out from school, it's hard to get away. But during the school year, it's a lot easier to kind of step away if I don't have a if I don't have a busy pipeline to do it during morning or lunchtime, because then that factor of running to grab kids is out the way. All right, our last poll. Event location. What is your preferred location for attending an in-person event? We have Baltimore, Baltimore City and County, Aberdeen, Columbia, Annapolis, Washington, D.C. suburb area, near BWI Airport, Southern Maryland, or all of the above. Or if there's a location that I missed out in this group, you can always put it in the chat as well.
So we have a vote for Baltimore, Columbia, and near BWI, a vote for all of the above,
Okay.
another vote for Columbia. I personally would answer Annapolis or Southern Maryland for me. But yeah, it looks like the majority are Baltimore area,
Okay.
Columbia, Baltimore.
Okay. That's good to know. And we had a really great turnout for the Southern Maryland luncheon. So I think continuing on to at least have one event for that Southern Maryland group or membership group would be awesome. But thank you guys for the feedback on our location. So all of the locations mentioned, I believe we've had luncheons in those areas, but it's just a matter of seeing what works best for most of the membership. So thank you guys for chiming in and answering that poll. All right, next, the town hall portion. So feel free to unmute. This is an open discussion where, we're here to answer questions, take any suggestions. If you have any insights into what you think might work best for the chapter or what you would like to see in the coming year, please unmute and share that. Or if you would feel more comfortable with putting it in the chat, either myself or Melissa can take a look at the chat and read the question out loud.
Yep. And I can kind of speak to something while everyone's thinking.
Mhm.
Since this is my first year, obviously, participating on the board, I am very grateful for everyone that volunteers their time because it can be a lot to navigate your actual full-time position and your personal life and being able to volunteer your time. And I've learned so much just from all of the webinars and all of the inspiration that's on our team and a part of this chapter. And that has just been great to even reach out to other members for insights on certain things that maybe I haven't been able to get from my position or from my network. So I really, really appreciate that. And I know how much time is limited in especially our world. um, Brenda has, what topics would everyone like to learn about in 2027? I think we are pretty well rounded, but we're always looking for new ideas on what people really want to learn more about, what people want to see um, brought to the table for webinars, and any type of feedback like that is always something that we're very accepting and appreciative of, and we'll take that into consideration.
Yeah. And just a quick topic too on webinar topics. I'm going to double check the website, but I believe we do have a form on the website where if you would like to, serve as a presenter or if you have a webinar topic, you can share that. You can also, again, reach out to our email, our chapter email, and share your thoughts. But yeah, I think we are pretty well rounded. I really do enjoy the webinars where we focus on the mental health aspect of what it means to be a proposal professional, a bid and proposal professional, because we work in an industry that is always deadline oriented. And so there are times when, anxiety is high, pressure is high, and that can sometimes, lead to just having a hard time, in the industry. So I think having those webinars are always awesome. And then talking about, and then webinars where we discuss hot topics. So a huge topic since I believe last year has been incorporating AI into the platforms that we use for our proposal development, how that works. How do we get our leadership teams on board to implement those softwares? So, I think we do a really good job, covering a lot of different bases. And if you see anything that's missing, yeah, feel free to, speak up and share it with us. We're always happy to hear, new thoughts and new ideas. All right, do we have any more questions in the chat or did anybody else want to take a moment to share anything?
Quiet group today.
Yeah.
Everyone's working and listening to you, Nazi.
Yeah.
I was trying to get off mute. I wanted to do a shout out to one of our vice chairs. Kel is doing an APMP event tomorrow for
Mhm.
APMP TV. It's right brain. So WRITE brain, right brain. So
Mhm.
shout out to Cal. She is a fantastic speaker. So, and I also believe there is an AI event coming up in August that is not a Chesapeake chapter event, but an APMP event that our speaker Lofeld is will be speaking at. Brenda, I don't know if you want to mention that or not. It's actually
Thanks,
winning
Martha.
AI.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Martha. And I'll be kicking off the AI Essentials Conference on August 19th at 8 a.m. And it's called, it's basically as everyone gets is an AI starter kit, it's a 20-page book, which everybody will get, along with our new book from prompts to proposals and AI maturity model. And we'll be speaking about governance in AI and tips and tricks for using it. So thanks, Martha.
And for those of you who haven't had the pleasure of listening to Brenda and Beth speak, they are phenomenal presenters. Another thing that I wanted to do is circle back to the award ceremony at the end of the year. This is an excellent opportunity to nominate yourself or one of your friends for an award. One of the reasons why and Nazir probably already mentioned this. One of the reasons why we started this is when you're competing for awards at the APMP level, you're competing with thousands of people from all over the world. This is a great opportunity to get recognition and it's a little something to put on your LinkedIn profile. So I strongly encourage everyone to participate, nominate yourself, nominate your friends. And also, please, echoing what Nazira said, please get involved in the chapter. You can get CEU credits for being a volunteer as well as being on the board itself.
And I do want to bring up as well, just we still have our mentorship program. So please reach out to Monica or and Poppy, or just, reach out via the chapter's email. That's a great opportunity to be connected with another bid and proposal professional who can offer some insight and guidance. I know when I joined the chapter, For me, that was Brenda and Martha. They were very wonderful with, offering me insight because I was coming from years of experience in proposals, but being siloed and not really knowing there were other resources out there to help professionals like me. So the mentorship program that we offer is an amazing opportunity to connect with someone who can, offer you insight and again, guidance as you navigate your career in the industry. And then I'm always going to plug our website and our LinkedIn because that's a really great way to keep in contact with us and see what we have going on. Brenda mentioned that she will be presenting on August 19th. That's on our LinkedIn, along with the link to register. So please take a look at that. And echoing Martha on our annual chapter awards, we have a ton of amazing professionals within the region that we serve. And like she mentioned, it's unfortunately, there are thousands, not unfortunately, but when it comes to the overall APMP awards, there are thousands of people to consider. And so our awards, it's just a great way to recognize those local leaders and, give people their flowers in the industry. So I just wanted to put those couple of points out there and build on what Martha added. There any additional questions or comments in the chat before we wrap up?
So it looks like Melissa answered, but what
Okay.
industry does the membership represent? I appreciate that you're able to provide informative topics that are both broad and
Hmm.
specific enough. So Melissa answered that. She said we're an APMP organization, so primarily proposal industry, but we also target capture business development. And our in general, APMP is all over the board in terms of what industries. I personally come from aerospace, Nazira, environmental. There are people who are in healthcare, government space.
Hmm.
It's
Yep.
really something for everyone. And, we try to keep the tract open for some representation for government webinars, some things that are geared towards commercial. So it's kind of a big um, a big space, but we try to make sure that we have something for everyone. So hopefully that answered your question. Because there is tech, there's AI, there's security.
Mhm.
It's all over the place.
Mhm.
Yep. Good question.
Mhm.
And also, plug for make sure that everyone is tracking their CEUs. You get credit for attending meetings, for attending webinars. If you need to catch up to keep your certification current, you can go back and look at our YouTube channel. All of the webinars that we have recorded are posted up there. Also, the APMP International's website has those as well. You can get CEUs by, I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again, by either joining the board or becoming a volunteer for one of the committees. Also, we offer mentoring opportunities for mentees and mentors, and you can get credits for participating in that as well. I think I'm done with my pitches for the day.
Thank you for the pitches. All right. If there are no more comments or questions from the group, I think we can wrap up a little early. I don't want to hold people hostage
We,
on a
Yep. There's one
webinar.
more question about if you can be on the committee if you're not an official member.
The answer is no. You need to be a member of the Chesapeake chapter to be on our board or to be a committee member. And that's one of the requirements for being on the board or the committee is making sure that you are able to attend meetings on a consistent basis and that your membership is current. Hopefully that helped.
Yep. Thanks, Martha.
Yes.
Alrighty, Nazi. Well, that was a wonderful State of the Chapter. I think it was very informative, and
Thank
I
you.
hope that everyone that's here also feels open to always asking any questions after you have already been on a webinar or something pops up. There's contact information, and you can always see our website.
Mhm. And on my closing remarks, I just want to again just say that we always appreciate feedback and how we can do better, how we can do a better job to serve our membership. And I think Martha and I and everyone else has said it. Please feel free to get involved. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for coming to our annual State of the Chapter award, not awards, but our annual State of the Chapter town hall. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all so much.
Thank you for your
Thanks.
leadership.